Good morning and welcome to a new vlog. It is Monday morning, new week, new hair. You guys know what it is if you've been on this channel. You know there's always like a hair change happening. But yeah, welcome to a new vlog. I feel like this light I'm sitting, it was weird. But welcome to a new vlog. It is Monday. I am about to set up my station for working. I just made my coffee and yeah, I'm feeling tired because yesterday I was also working. It's just been a lot going on, but yeah, all I have for this week is just work and more work. I'm going to do my nails. I've got a nail appointment today. I didn't get to remove this because I was tired, so they'll remove it. My nail technician will remove it before putting in the new color and redoing my nails. These I had done myself at home, which I think they're not bad, but they don't last long. If I do them, then every like 2 weeks or so I need to be redoing the hair. Sorry, I like the lighting coming off from this window. So yeah, this is the plan. I am thinking of doing like red nails. I haven't done red nails in a while, and yeah, I hurt myself. I hurt myself yesterday, so it's so sore. But yeah, I really like this color though. Like, it complements my skin so well, and I know that if I need to, I can always do this at home. But yeah, it's not professional. But yeah, good morning. I just wanted to say good morning. I'll come back on here sometime today to update you guys on my reading plans for this week. I'm basically still reading everything that I started last week. I don't even think I picked up my camera to vlog last week because there's just a lot going on. So but yeah, and also it was the week after the sprints. I think I did mention this in one of my previous vlogs that, you know what, the week after the sprints I should not vlog at all because I'm still quite tired. So I guess my body and brain did what needed to be done. But yeah, good morning. I will speak to you guys again later. Okay, I'm back to talk about the books that I am reading this week, or attempting. Let me say attempting to read, because I feel like I am slowly becoming slower in my reading again because, as always, work. So I've got 4 books that I want to show you guys, maybe even 5, because I've got 2 on my Kindle and one of them is a library hold. By the way, wait, update. Okay, I've got an update with regards to the Kindle. So I've managed to get my Kindle connected to the Libby through a US library card. So yay, I can now borrow books from the library and actually transfer them to my Kindle. So I'm so happy for that. But yeah, first thing that I am still reading is A Cruel Twist of Fate, and this one is by H.F. Asquith. So we're following a young woman who, this is all happening like back in the day, by the way, so there's no like cars or anything like that. I don't know if they told us the timeline, like which century we're in, but essentially we're following a young woman who lives with her mother, and they own a sweet shop below their apartment, but they are behind with their taxes and therefore they are in debt. And with that said, the government or whoever went and arrested her mother for not being able to make these payments. So she comes up with a plan as she finds an advertisement for a job on Sapphire Isle, which is a secluded island where this rich family stays, but significantly it is also the place where her father was last seen and presumed dead. So she knows that her going for this job and going to live on this island is something that her mom is not going to be happy about, because her mother blames this family for her father's disappearance and murder, because she believes that her husband was murdered. But she does get this job under a false name, and I'm at a point in the book where she is now been at this house for about 2 days, and things are already starting to be weird. Like, this house feels very haunted and weird. There's been a lot of unexplained deaths happening in this house. This family is also well known for creating technologies that nobody else has been able to like create. And one of the things that it seems one of the family members was very obsessed with is like time and moving back in time or into the future. So there's like a lot of that happening, but at the same time also there's like weird haunted things happening in here, because every time she goes to sleep she's hearing voices and she's hearing whispers, and these whispers are like mentioning her name, her real name more specifically, because her name is Helen or Helena. Let's say Helena. Her name is Helena, but she came to this place under false name where everybody thinks her name is Josephine. So these whispers are coming at her with her actual name. So it's like nobody here knows who I really am. So what's going on? And she keeps having these nightmares where it feels like the walls are closing in. So yeah, it's very, very weird. The family members are also very weird. There's this young child who is bad news. Okay, she just screams bad news. But so far so good. I'm really interested in this one. It reads very well, very easy to read, quick as well. When I do have time to sit down and read, I do see that I get through the chapters quite quickly. However, it's me having the time to actually sit down and read that, which is actually like the problem right now. So yeah, that's what I'm reading on my Kindle. And then from the library, I have borrowed Yumi and the Nightmare Painter. And this one is by Brandon Sanderson. It is one of the secret projects that he's done, and I think it's quite a short one. I haven't really started reading this. I think I read like the first sentence or two, and I'm like, okay, I'm looking forward to reading this one. So this is definitely on my radar. However, I would have loved to first finish A Cruel Twist of Fate before I even get to this one, so that I don't have multiple books on the device that I'm currently reading physically. I am still trying to finish this one. I must admit I haven't necessarily given it much attention, but maybe I should try to give it a little bit more attention today so that I can remember to actually pick up the book. So I'm still reading Red Ink by Angela Makolwa, and then I still want to read and finish the first volume of Death Note, which is a manga series. Not really sure what it's about, but I think one of these days during my lunch I must just sit and read this one. I should be able to finish it like in an hour and a half or so. So yes, this is definitely one of the books on my radar. And then another book that I am in the middle of, what is going on, the title is kind of like coming off a little bit, but I am busy with a memory called Empire by Arcady Martin. This one I am enjoying. It's very intriguing. However, the writing style is not very accessible. The audiobook does really help with getting through the book. I'm currently on page 117. This is following a person who goes and takes over the role of ambassador because the previous ambassador kind of like disappeared, and she found out that he died. But in this society, so far into the future, you can essentially capture the memories of somebody and it can be implanted in another person. So this is kind of like what they do to preserve knowledge, history throughout the generations. And this new ambassador gets implanted with the memories of the previous ambassador since they've disappeared. However, the issue is that the data from the previous ambassador is, how many years did they say? There's a couple of years outdated. I forgot now the number, but yeah, he hasn't updated his chip or whatever this thing is called for 15 years. Yes, 15 years. 15 years he hasn't updated this chip. I forgot what they call it. They have a name for it, but they haven't updated it. We don't know the reason why. So her information is 15 years outdated, and she goes and gets put on this planet where it's widely inhabited and it's considered kind of like the center of this whole system. And with whatever experiences that he has, she also still has to kind of like navigate through what is the last thing he did, what was the situation here, who did he connect to, and what exactly happened to him. But this subconscious that she's merged with also kind of like is sentient, so she can communicate with it. It also kind of like feels, so the last interaction they had when they found his dead body, the sentient person or being went into a panic. They had a panic attack and they disappeared. So she's kind of like had to navigate whatever's happening on her own for the last couple of days of what's happening in this book. So yeah, I still have a long way to go. We still don't know what happened in the last 15 years. She's still trying to figure it out. The sentient being living inside her head also wants to figure out what happened to me, because obviously this is 15 years behind. They don't remember. They haven't experienced technically what transpired, so we'll see. But yeah, these are my books of choice for the week, and obviously including what is on my Kindle. So yeah, that is the update. Hopefully I would read enough this week so that I can give you guys like some thoughts on some of these books, but otherwise we will catch up later. Good morning, you guys. It's Thursday. I went to gym this morning. I haven't been in, I think, a week or so, and I haven't really been feeling the best mentally, emotionally. So I haven't like felt like it in a long time, but this morning I was like, let me get up and go to gym, and maybe I'll feel better. And yeah, I do feel better. I'm not all the way 100%, but I do feel better. I started a new book because I'm struggling to read physically. I think I'm like brain fatigued, so I really I cannot pick up a physical book. So I am reliant on audiobooks, but I stopped listening to A Memory Called Empire because I just couldn't concentrate, and I felt like it was just like nothing is happening. They just talking and talking, and I found myself feeling like really bored. So I was just like, before I hate this book, let me leave it. And with that said, I realize I've done that with quite a lot of books. I've done that with Red Ink, which I need to go back to because I'm really running late with our monthly read, our book club read. I've done that with the Book of Azrael, so I'm just like, oh, I don't think I'm in the mood for first book in a series type situation, because I need a book that's gonna capture my attention and capture it now. So with that said, I started listening to The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston, and I really think Ashley Poston is gonna be one of my favorite authors. I really enjoyed the other book that she wrote. I forgot the name now. I'll try and find it and I'll put it up here. But I like her way of writing romances. I love the chemistries that she builds. I love everything that she does. There's a little bit of humor in this book, and yeah, I'm just really enjoying it. I'm not at the capacity that I could really tell you guys what the book is about right now, but I will try during maybe my lunchtime to let you guys know. I do want to head out to the shops. I need to go to I need to go to Ackerman's, but we'll see if I'm gonna go or not. I might not go. I don't have to go, so I might not go. But yeah, I'm tired, if you can tell. Looking forward to the weekend to try and rest. We do have a school event on Saturday, so I've got that going on. No more chores as usual. Oh, and it's race weekend, so we've got some Formula One action this weekend, which is great. It's always a nice time when we have that. But yeah, I don't really have much to say right now. I have been binge watching The 100, the series on Netflix. This is my second time watching it, so it is a rewatch, and I feel like that's what my brain needs because I cannot read right now. So yep, in the evenings that's what I watch, and my brain is happy. So yep, that's what's going on. I'll talk to you guys again hopefully during my lunchtime, where I'm still gonna decide if I want to go to the shops or not. Ooh, but I do need to get okay, I'll decide. I'll think about it, but we'll talk later. Hello you guys. Obviously a gym, about to do a yin yoga workout. So I've been feeling quite tired and not really in the mood to exercise, so I just wanted to still come to gym but do something quite simple. Don't have weight updates, but still need to work on this bunch right here, but not bad so far. But yeah, not fitting in my clothes the way that I should. So I've got a 15-minute yin yoga video that I want to follow, so I'm gonna do that. Obviously I'm here with Anael because they don't have a keys room at Planet Fitness, which is a bummer. So we wanted to all come to gym at the same time. So my husband is upstairs doing his exercise, and usually if we come together then I'm with her in this room. Cool. You need to go get 2 more for me because you just took 2 of mine. They're out there. Go get 2 more. But yeah, this is the first update in a very long time, but this is what it is. This is what I'm gonna do now. Gonna get my shoes off because I don't do yoga with shoes, but these shoes are so comfortable. I am so happy with these ones. They are the Adidas DNAs, and Adidas is my favorite brand. I absolutely love Adidas, and you guys know that I struggle with issues with my foot, especially on the right side. I've got plantar fasciitis, so my foot, the arch of my foot gets very painful after a while. If I'm standing for a long time, or like even laying down for a long time, it starts getting painful. But if I'm wearing these shoes, I can literally walk in them the whole day and I'm good. So yeah, absolutely love these shoes.
New love, can we get high? New love, no drugs. I'm ready to fly, no drugs. Pull up, if I'm on your mind, pull up above. When you come inside it, in us, I am baptized, I am alive again. Give me new life, take me to heaven. When it feels right, that's that ascension. Never go back to when before you forgot my word.
Hello you guys, I hope you guys are well. I haven't picked up my camera in such a long, well, not such a long time, but I think it's like 2 days, and therefore I haven't been given any reading updates. But I thought that since I'm like on my way to work, let me just, give a bit of an update. So I finally finished reading Red Ink. Sorry, this angle is very weird because I'm in the car. But this is the one way I figured how to balance this device. But I finished reading Red Ink by Angela Makola, and I'm giving it a 3.75 stars. And the first thing is because I struggled quite a bit with the writing, not the writing style, but I struggled quite a bit with the font, right? But that's not really the main reason. I struggled quite a bit with actually reading the book. The font was very difficult to read from, so it made my reading quite slow. And even though the book itself is such a fast read, like it's a quick read, it's a very easy read, the words are very like easy to grasp, for some reason it took me so long to read this book. But also I realized that the starting of it was really good. It started off well, and like I feel like the story was moving along. But then when I got to like the 30%, 40% mark, it slowed down. Like it slowed down so much, and I feel like we concentrated more on the relationship between the main character and her friend, who's the actress. And I'm just like, but she's not part of the story. She's not like, I didn't get it. But like I felt myself getting a bit bored, so I actually put it down for like a couple of weeks. I didn't pick up the book for a couple of weeks, and we're supposed to be reading The Redance Stalker for May and June for our book club, and we are in June, and I haven't started it. So I'm like, you know what, I need to finish this book. So this week I picked it up again, and for the first few chapters I literally had to force myself to read this book. I was forcing myself to read this book I found a channel where this lady, she's Asian, and I actually don't know what her channel is about or what her niche is, but she was trying out what do they call it, punch needling. Oh, I don't know what the term is. I'll try and put it somewhere on the screen, but like she was doing punch needling, and I'm a big hobbies kind of girl. Okay, I love me some hobbies. Like I like to crochet, I like to knit, I like to color, I used to love drawing. I'm like, I used to love sewing. I have a sewing machine and I haven't even used it in a while. Like I need to get back to my hobbies. I love painting. Like I'm very handsy. Okay, I'm very handsy, and I'm really into hobbies. And I've been wanting to get into diamond painting as well. Probably like I'm looking for like the right picture. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with it, where I'm gonna put it, because I can't put anything up my walls. But it will be nice to do, because I wanted to get like diamond painting, like a picture thing to do with my daughter, because I want to do more like craftsy things with her, because she also is a very crafty, creative little girl, and she's really into drawing right now. So I need to actually stock up on paper, because she's kind of finishing my paper in the house. She draws people, her paper people, and she plays with them. Not like she doesn't have dolls, but anyway, she draws her paper people, which are like characters from movies. And I realized that she's actually quite good. She's actually really good at doing art. So I want to kind of like enhance her creativity in that way. So I want to do a bunch of creative things with her. She did try like crocheting, but I think she doesn't have a lot of patience, so that's something I need to work on to get her to learn how to crochet. So yeah, but that punch needling, I definitely like, I watched that whole video. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to do this. So I was kind of like in that spiral, watching all these things, and then after that I continued watching The 100, which is the series that I'm currently binging right now on Netflix. So I slept at 11, but before I slept I was like, you know what, let me do something that's calming for my brain, because I've spent the last few hours doing things that will activate my brain even more. So then I picked up The Trials of Morgan Crow. So it's following a little girl called Morgan Crow, and it's, from what I've read so far, is that she is cursed, and they live in this world where they believe like kids who are cursed don't live past their 11th birthday, and her 11th birthday is coming up, and her curse I kind of like laughed, because it was like a little bit ridiculous. And I think there's probably like other things like happening that is out of her control, right? So one of the instances that like, oh, the cleaning maid like found Morgan Crow in the kitchen with the house cat lying dead, and who do they blame? They blame Morgan, because they're like, oh, this cursed child, bad things happen around her. And one of the scenes that I read, this lady came in. So it's like each month they go and make a list of all the bad things that are happening in this town, and basically see if they can pin it on Morgan. So this lady comes to her house, speaks to her dad, and is like, okay, so you know, the list this month is not that long, but you know, these are the things that have happened so far. So this old lady went and broke her hip because she went ice skating. And I'm like, but how is that Morgan's fault? You know what I mean? And it was just like, yeah, but like, how am I involved in this? And they were like, oh no, but you were seen talking to her the day before, on the day. I'm like, but she's old, she shouldn't have gone ice skating. Now she fell and she broke her hip. And then another kid who had a spelling bee and failed his spelling bee, he didn't get to win because there's one word that he pronounced incorrectly. Like, instead of pronouncing it with a K, he pronounced it with the C. And they blaming Morgan Crow because she wished him luck before he went for his spelling bee. And I'm just like, how though? And they blamed her for the storm because she was at a bodega or whatever, and she told some other lady that, oh, it's quite hot today, and then a few hours later there was a storm. Like, do you hear how ridiculous some of these things are? But I feel like these are the kind of things that I love about middle grade. Like, you don't, it's not for you to take things seriously. Like, I feel that in most of the middle grade stories I've read, there's always an underlying message to be told in the book, but like, it's done in a way that is still very accessible to kids. And yeah, it's like, you get it, but it's just kind of like a fun way. There's always like something quite silly, whimsical about it, and I found myself giggling a little bit. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna enjoy this one, because what's gonna happen, I don't know. But all I know from the synopsis is that she is whisked away to Nevermore, which is some faraway fantastical land, like just before she turns 11, so she doesn't actually unalive. She doesn't become unalive. Okay, so that's what's kind of happening. So I'm still very early in it. I realized, like, I only read like half of chapter 1, but already I'm just like excited about this book. So yeah, that's what I'm currently reading. I've had a good morning today, which is great. I woke up not too early, not as early as I wanted to because I slept late, but woke up, got ready for NIL, got her ready for school, and then I prepared for gym because I decided I want to go to gym this morning. Sean is away on site, so I'm like, okay, I'll drop off and then I will go to gym. So I went to gym, had a quick like 30-minute workout, which was great. It made me feel good and energetic, so I'm really glad for that. So after that, I went to go grab myself a cup of coffee. So now I'm on the way to the office, and hopefully I will speak to you guys later. I want to start another audiobook. I did download a few audiobooks. One of them, or two, well, all of them actually, or thrillers. I've got about 3 thriller audiobooks on that are downloaded and lined up for me to listen to. One of them is by A.R. Torrey. I've read something from them before and really enjoyed it, so I think I'm in the mood to read something else from them. So yeah, that's gonna be the plan. So I will speak to you